Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. Today we have WizOp 817 on 1534 rating versus Covizzy 19 on 1086 rating. What are these names? Jesus. I've been complaining about names for the last week. So WizOp is a top 10 player, I think, with that score. That's really huge. And Covizzy is just skirting the top 100, so only a few points off being in the top 100. So really high rated match today. Let's get into it. Let's see how it goes. So opening hands: Shura, Book, Royal Oppression, Torrential, and Bottomless. This looks like Blackwings. Could also be the Vayu Turbo deck with like the Tech Shura as well, but at the minute it looks like Blackwings. T-Raw, JD, Upstart, Foolish, Goldsark, and Recharge. So this looks like Lightsworn, but it's a bit different. It could be, could be Twilight as well. It's a bit different. They're playing Upstarts, which is interesting. Playing Goldsark still. The Ryanide 40, which people have kind of been adopting, doesn't play Goldsark. Feels a bit too slow in that deck. But they're playing. Ryanide is playing like Janes, Arcuses, stuff like that to kind of be a bit more aggro with the deck. But yeah, interesting opening hand. Let's see how it plays out. The Upstart is really interesting. So Upstart going to get the Raikou. That Raikou is good for a Solar Recharge. Going to draw into Erin and Honest. Mills another Upstart and a Plague. Plague's a good hit there. Going to Goldsark for a JD. Yeah, kind of disguises the one you got in your hand. So it's a good move. And then they're going to summon out the Erin. Set the Threatening Roar. Erin going to mill. Oh god damn. Celestia, Lumina, Card Trooper. So we're at 3 Lightsworns and a Plague off turn 1. Huge. Okay. Yeah, really huge. Going to pass. Draw for turn is Kalut. Okay, so that kind of seals that it is either Blackwings or hybrid Blackwings. Going to summon out the Shura. Shura going to attempt to get into this Erin in damage step. Yeah. They're going to book with priority. They're going to bring out the Vayu. The Vayu is going to get in for 800. Yeah, I was going to say they don't take any damage from the Sure attack. Okay, glad they spoiled it. Brings out the Catasta now. Sets the Bottomless, the Oppression. Okay, and passes. Okay. Yeah, you've got... So draw for turn there with Celestia, which is huge because now you've got Foolish Celestia. So Foolish Wolf summon Celestia. But it's not going to get through here. One of these two is going to stop it. Let's see when they stop it though, because Wolf is not a threat unless there's Celestia in hand. Let's see if Covizzy reads that. Yeah, they do. Okay, that's really heads up. It's really heads up to assume the hand is Celestia, even after you've seen one go to the graveyard. Yeah, because you don't want the Celestia to come down because it's going to wipe out your back row, or your monster in the back row, and it's going to mill 4, even if you do manage to Bottomless it. Yeah, that's really good. It's a good play. Draw for turn there is Allure. Allure is going to come down now. Going to draw into Compulse and Ashura. They're going to pitch the Clue. Should be shuffling your hand, but okay. Catasta's going to get in for 22 now, and pass. Draw for turn is a T-Raw. Going to get back the JD. But yeah, they can't really do anything with it. Yeah, okay. Main one. Battle phase now. I'm going to get in with the Catasta. Going to set their own Compulse and pass. Draw is Cold Wave. This doesn't do enough, does it? I think you're going to have to start... What they want is they want a Lightsworn so they can summon a Lightsworn, set it, T-Raw the next turn to have it survive and then drop a Celestia, but they're just getting further and further behind here. They're going to Cold Wave, so that might help. Going to try and special summon out the JD and use the effect. Does Cold Wave stop face up Royal Oppression? Play or set any spell or trap cards. I was under the impression, someone correct me in the comments, I was under the impression that play meant like I thought play was different to activate. So I thought play was like to play from hand, but you could activate still a face up continuous. Now these guys are both top 100 rated, so I'm going to assume that I'm wrong. But I was under the impression there that Cold Wave wouldn't stop the Royal Oppression if it's already face up. But okay, yeah, JD comes down. Good to know. Yep, double JD. And honest. Why? Why? I guess they want a mill, but like this is not a good idea. Yeah, Wizop, oh my god, did the math wrong. Yeah, you definitely did the math wrong. There's no way you drop both JDs. What would be the point in that? But yeah, I mean, I guess we get to mill 8. Okay, yeah, some Lightsworn names, but apart from that, nothing of relevance there. Okay. Pass, draw for turn is Icarus. Oh, there's no way. Yeah. Yeah, Wizop just admitting defeat there. Yeah, they can see that there's Brio Lions and stuff. Also, they've got, you know, they've misplayed and they're pretty mad about that. Okay. Going into game number 2 now. So opening hands, Shura, MST, Vortex, Bottomless, Sirocco, Garoth, Arcus, Raikou, Jane, JD, and Gold Sark for the Lightsworn player. Okay. Yeah, so Gold Sark coming down now. It's going to banish the recharge. They're going to set the Raikou pass. Draw for turn is Icarus. Okay, Icarus is good there. Going to summon out the Sirocco, get into it with the Raikou. Raikou's going to be Lumina, Honest, Beckoning. Yeah, that's an okay trade in for both players in Vayu, but in Blackwing that feels rough. Going to set the Bottomless. Pass, draw for turn is a Card Trooper. Card Trooper coming down now, no hand shuffle. Going to mill Necro Gardener, that's good. Vortex, Beckoning. Going to get in here. It's going to get in for 19. Going to pass, draw for turn is Blizzard. Oh, yeah, you really wanted it to be the Shura in that case. Okay. Going to summon out the Shura. That's going to try and get over the Card Trooper, but they're going to banish the Necro instead. Yeah, I think this is good because it just means you get 3 more mills. And yeah, you don't have them bringing out something with the Shura. Yeah, sets are MST and Bottomless now. Pass, draw for turn is a Royal Decree, and they're going to get the Solar Recharge back. So they're going to recharge the Garoth now. Draws MST, Mirror Force, Mills, Oof, Pot of Avarice, and Wolf. Yeah, haven't talked about it, but they're on both Beckoning and Avarice in this game. So we'll try and keep track and find out how many of each they're on. I think Beckoning is more built towards the Lightsworn decks, but maybe they're playing 3 Beckonings and Avarice as a bit of an extra kind of like get back for some of their stuff, which is interesting. Avarice also does just like sort of help you not deck out as quickly, which is rarely a problem, but it does come up. So the Wolf coming out now. Yeah, going to Bottomless that. I think you hit the other with MST now. Yeah, that's a really good trade. That is a really solid trade. It has taken them off 4 Lightsworns in grave for the JD, but I think, you know, you got 2 in hand. You're feeling pretty confident that you can get 1 in the graveyard at some point. So Card Trooper going to go into the Shura now, wasting a bit of damage. They could have done there. They could have attacked in with the Jane, and then had it boost. But I guess they're worried about the Kalut, and obviously the Kalut would do you damage, but you would get the draw off Card Trooper, and you'd get to leave the Jane on field and mill. So I think this is good. I think playing with the lesser damage meant better advantage into a Kalut there. So Jane going to get in, going to set the Mirror Force and the Royal Decree. Go to end phase where Jane's going to mill Celestia, yeah. And just like that, you're back up to 4 Lightsworns in grave. Nice. Really nice. Yeah, this one's looking rough. So, okay, draw for turn with Sirocco there. Chose not to Vortex, which is interesting. Yeah, what would I think there's definitely a case to say Vortex there. Blizzard. Just Blizzard, bring back something, set Icarus, and then you've got Icarus attack. For the back rows, you would have cleared the whole field, but then Lightsworn would be drawn into 3 with drawn into 4, sorry, for turn with the Card Trooper, with lots of cards, lots of Lightsworn cards in grave. Okay, Yeah, it's tough to know what to do here, but Kofizi's a really good player, so let's see if this see how this works out for them. They're going to get in with the Sirocco. They're not going to Mirror Force that, which is interesting. I think you'd want to use this Mirror Force as soon as possible if you got Royal Decree down, but Wizop doesn't see it that way. Okay, going to Royal Decree now. Pass. So Card Trooper, going to mill, Plague, Honest, Recharge, and then I'm going to bring out the JD. Yeah. It's nice. Very nice. Card Trooper going to draw the Threatening Roar, and they're going to summon out the Arcus. And that is just game 2 there. Nice. Very good for Wizop there. Okay, we got a game on our hands. Game number 3 now. So Blackwing's going to start us off. Opening hands are Foolish, Plague, Wolf, Raikou, and Cyber Dragon. Okay, Cyber Dragon good with the Plague for like a Blackwing, but a Black Rose. Sorry, but this looks like it's a slow hand for them. Sirocco, Dyna, Kaiko, Foil Oppression, Cyber Dragon, and Whirlwind. Wow, what a hand! A lot of the side cards come in and been seen, which I guess is good. It's just going to start with Set, Oppression, Pass. Yeah, maybe you'd have put out Kaiku, but yeah, maybe not. Just a bit of a threat. Draw for turn is Royal Decree. They're going to set the Raikou, set the Decree, Pass. Draw for turn is MST. Okay, so they're going to start with Black Whirlwind. I think this is brave. I think I'd have MST'd the back row. Lightsworn isn't known for playing like real back row, but Blackwing's a hard match, so some of them are siding bottomless, and it's really effective. I think I'd have just MST'd this and just been sure, but yeah, this is one way to do it. So Sirocco going to add the Kalut now. Okay, that's interesting. I'd have thought they would have wanted a Shura. Going to go in with the Sirocco now. Raikou going to pop the Black Whirlwind. Going to mill Lumina, Celestia, Beckoning. Okay, so 3 Lightsworns up. Pass. Draw for turn is Lila now. Lila coming down. Lila going to attempt to get rid of that back row. Going to be successful in end phase. They're going to mill JD, Jane, My Body, and Pass. Draw for turn is the Bottomless. They're going to MST that Decree finally. And they're going to summon out the Kaiku now. So yeah, Sirocco going to go in. Kaiku going to go in. And that is going to get to banish some of these lovely Lightsworns. They're going to hit the Lumina and the Jane. Yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe you pick the Raikou, just because a lot of Lightsworn players aren't playing 3 Raikou anymore. They're on 1 usually, maybe 2. Lumina is definitely the hit, but and Jane is good. Maybe I think you either hit the Raikou or the Lila though, and assume that they're on 3 Jane, which is what a lot of players are playing at the minute. But either way, you're hitting out 2 Lightsworn names. It feels good. Draw for turn there is a Lila. Yeah, gonna Lila. That's gonna get met by the Bottomless. Going to Foolish Burial, the Wolf. Yeah, bring the Wolf out. Try and get into this Kaiku, I guess. Yeah, it's the biggest threat on board right now. And you know they've got the Kalut, so you can't run into the Sirocco. Pass. Draw for turn is a Bottomless. Yeah, they would have liked that last turn. Gonna get in now. They're going to pitch the Kalut, and that's going to be enough there. Going to summon out the Fossil Diner. Yeah, this is rough. Set the Bottomless and pass. Yeah, because you've got Fossil Diner to stop special summons. And you've got Bottomless for, you know, almost anything that can get over the Fossil Diner. So, going to have to recharge this Wolf now. Yep. Going to draw a Wolf. Honest. This is rough. Going to mill the Celestia and charge. I think you just got to set the Plague here and hope, right? Yeah, draw for turn is Torrential. They're going to try and get in with the Fossil Diner. That's going to be successful. Going to get in with the Sirocco. That's going to be successful. Brave attacking in with the Fossil Diner when they've got Arcus in their deck somewhere. But we ball. Okay, the Card Troop is really good here. Pick up a turn because that's going to get under the Bottomless and it's going to be able to take out the Fossil Diner. So let's see it. Yeah. Yeah, and they don't mill a Wolf, which is good. You wouldn't have wanted to mill the... oh, you couldn't actually because they've got the 3rd one in hand. But yeah, they didn't mill anything summonable, which is good. And the Fossil Diner, that would have been a bit of a waste. They're going to get into the Fossil Diner now. Yeah, that's a really good trade. You're really happy with that trade. Pass draw is Gale. Oh no, this is game, isn't it? Because you could special summon the Gale, tribute summon the Cyber Dragon, use both for a Chimera Tech, and get in for game. Oh no, they've got the Necro. They've got the Necro. Okay, so they've got to do something a bit more creative than what I said. Let's see what they go for. So they're going to special summon the Gale. Okay, they're just going to try and do battle over it. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then Necro Garden and the Sirocco attack. Yep. And then they're going to use both of those for a Stardust with a set Torrential, set Bottomless. Okay. Yeah, pass. Draw for turn there is Arcus. Yeah, so they can Heavy Storm, get rid of the Stardust for a turn, bring out an Arcus, get that Bottomless or Torrential. I don't know. I don't know what Wizop can do here. Let's see what they think of. So they're going to special summon the Cyber Dragon. That's going to get met with the Bottomless now. They're going to normal summon the Arcus. They're going to battle phase. Yeah. Honest, get that out of here. Set the Heavy. Mills, Raikou, and charge. Okay. And they got Minecon. Minecon targets. Minecon targets. Okay, they haven't got Minecon for game. Okay, so going to have to Cyber Dragon out now. Hits them with a big fake think. Going to get into the Arcus now. They've got one more turn. Wizop's got one more turn. Draw for turn is Garroth. And they've got Plague. They have got Plague. But they've got Torrential. Okay. So Heavy's going to get rid of the Torrential. They're going to stack for Plague. They're going to summon out Garroth now. They're going to go for Goyo. The Goyo is going to get into the Cyber Dragon, sorry. Cyber Dragon's going to get summoned. They don't take it. Okay. The draw is Bora and Minecon. Oh, yeah. We've seen this coming for a few turns. But yeah, Wizop eventually not able to play out of it. Wow, what a game. Okay. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So unfortunately the Chad Blackwings taking it, but yeah, it was a good game. It was good to watch. So yeah, Blackwings really solid there. Kaiku, really good to see. Cyber Dragon, really good to see. They saw a lot of side cards early this game. Fossil Dino. So yeah, that probably feels really good. Fossil Dino into Lightsworn anyway is always good. So it feels like they had a really good handle on this game anyway. They were just, yeah, they were slipping towards the end. And before they eventually ripped a monster that could do enough damage. And then Lightsworn, yeah, Lightsworn, really well crafted deck, really well thought out. I guess they just couldn't really stay in the game this time, in this game 3. Yeah, I think the misplay game 1 kind of hurt Wizop as well. I think if they'd have sealed that game 1, obviously they would have been a lot, in a much better position going into games 2 and maybe game 3. But you know, they're a top tier player, so they know that was a misplay. They called it out, you know, and they will not make that mistake again. That's what I'm getting at. Wizop, we've seen them on a few different decks, so I don't know how new they are to Lightsworn, but they had a really good control over the deck. Just unable to get it done this time. And then, you know, over here, Blackwings doing Blackwing things, opening Whirlwind, 2 out of 3 games is nice. Seeing some side cards is really nice, and then just constant pressure. And the Lightsworn deck just not able to keep up here. 6 cards banished. Yeah, they did enough. Kovizzy easily did enough to deserve that win. And yeah, what a huge win for them. They've just gotten into the kind of top 100. Now they're taking on really top players and getting a win. It's got to feel good, even in Blackwings.